Hey everyone, this is Carlos with JCE Roofing, and we are doing a inspection here in the Duncanville area. So on top of the inspection, we're doing a maintenance check. So that's where we check all the roofing components, such as the ventilation system, pipe jacks, any dryer vents, the condition of the shingle, and we document it throughout the inspection. So when we're done, we can put together a report for you. And this is something that we do include with our maintenance package, a super detailed inspection report where it shows everything that we've documented throughout the inspection. So if you look at this roof, you can see it's only, based on the notes, 7 to 8 years old, and it's got a ton of granule loss over on this left elevation. Right, if we're looking at the house from the front, this would be considered the left elevation. So this is wear and tear, right, or granule loss. You can even see it down in the gutters, right? So although the roof is not that old, the condition is still a concern, because if it does have damage, right, like it does throughout the roof, it does have storm damage. If this homeowner were to wait longer, they could be stuck in a predicament of not being paid out, right? So this homeowner scheduled an inspection with us. Of course, this inspection was free, but this is what we look for, right? Not every home needs to have their roof replaced. Some of them just need maintenance, right? Retouching up some of the shingles, some of the caulking on some of the components, like I said, the ventilation system, pipe jacks, dryer vents. Sometimes there are nail pops or holes on the roof that just happen over time, and if that's the case, we'll maintenance it. But if you're stuck in a, kind of like in a situation such as this homeowner, where you have visible wear and tear, right, and the roof isn't that old, but on top of that you have storm damage, that's where we could help, get you a brand new roof through the insurance process. So right now I'm just marking up the roof with what I see, taking photos of all the components, right? As you can see, they have ridge vent, right, ridge vent there, ridge vent up here. And then some of the maintenance issues that we look for is either worn out caulking or silicone, or silicone that just isn't there and it's supposed to be. So if you look at this dryer vent, you could tell that the condition of that silicone is not that great. It's pretty worn. Pipe boot, right, so overall it's in decent condition, but you're starting to see some of those exposed fasteners, right, and they're not flush, so you will have water intrusion over time. And then if you look at it on the side, it has a gap, right, so that's a concern. Then if we come down here, so it's not super steep, but it's got a pitch to it. So you can see some of that wear on the back side of the roof, just like on the front side. I've already gone ahead and marked up this back elevation for hail. Right, so back elevation over 10 hits. We go ahead and mark every single hit that we see to prove that it's a different one whenever it comes to insurance. So just something we learned over time. You can see another one of the pipe boots, exposed fasteners. Those aren't as bad as the other ones, but that is an issue. And look, this is why it's important to get your roof inspected or maintenance if it's not that old, because although the roof isn't that old, things like this happen. Right on top of the maintenance, you're seeing issues here with the ridge. So the ridge cap has completely been blown off on that end, You're seeing some sinking, so whoever did this did not extend the ridge vent all the way, and you're having an issue. So because this was improperly installed, you're going to have water sitting here and running into that attic, causing an issue on top of where it's already exposed. So that's something that we'll tarp once we're in agreement with the homeowner, you know, that we're going to help them through this process if that's what they're deciding to do, or if they just want to repair, we'll also do that, but it'll have to be determined once we have a conversation with them. So if you look at this back elevation, right, over 10 for sure. Show the difference between the hail impact and then an area that's clean. So clear distinction, right? So there's another impact. Count of the components. Here's another thing. So normally homeowners don't really look all around their property or their roof to see if they have damage. It's kind of just, if you see it in the front, you'll know that there's an issue. But even if they did, this ridge cap that's missing on this hip, it's super hard to see unless you're on the roof because of where it's at. So with the free inspection, we document it all. If it was a maintenance package, this is something that we would point out and address during the maintenance service, on top of getting everything else resealed. Right, here's another good example. Right, so exposed fasteners. Ridge cap on the hip is damaged. Same thing here. Screws were used here. They're also exposed. Holes in the ridge cap. More exposed fasteners. Right. So there's quite a bit going on here, and it's all documented already on Company Cam, which is the software that we use to document everything. But now it's about just showing the homeowner what we found and coming up with the game plan, right? So if you contact us, you have us come out and do an inspection for you, we'll do the same thing, right? Non-biased, just straightforward, fully transparent with what we found on the roof. And if we're able to do maintenance, we'll do it. But if you need roof replacement and there's a good opportunity to do it through insurance, which you already pay for as a homeowner, then we'll help you through the process and we'll get it taken care of. So feel free to contact us, schedule an inspection, or if you want some information on how this process works, you're just curious, you want to learn, you can always contact us and we'll get you taken care of. Thanks.